This week's parasha is called Vayishlach, which means, "and he sent." This is the portion that defines our identity as a people. It is here that Yaakov ceases to be just Yaakov and receives the name Israel. Yaakov's journey begins with fear. After 20 years away, he is returning home, but he is terrified. His brother, Esav, who swore to kill him, is coming to meet him with 400 armed men. Yaakov, wise and cautious, divides his family into groups to protect them, and that night he crosses the Jabbok River Valley. But according to the Torah text, Yaakov was left alone. Our sages ask, why did he go back to the other side of the river in the darkness? They explain that he went back to retrieve some small jars he had forgotten. This teaches us that a tzaddik values every little thing that God has given him and does not waste anything. In that darkness and solitude, a mysterious man appeared. Our sages say it was Esav's angel, the very embodiment of evil and Yaakov's inner fears. They did not talk, they fought. It was a hand-to-hand fight that lasted the entire night. It was an exhausting physical and spiritual battle. When dawn began to break, the angel saw that he could not defeat Yaakov, so he struck Yaakov's hip joint, dislocating it. The angel, desperate as the sunlight approached, pleaded, "Let me go, for the day is breaking." Yaakov, wounded, limping, and exhausted, held on to the angel with all the strength he had left and said the phrase that would change history. "I will not let you go unless you bless me." The angel asked, "What is your name?" "Yaakov," he replied. The angel then declared, "You will no longer be called Yaakov, the one who grasps the heel, but rather Israel, the one who struggles with the divine and with men and prevails." The sun rose, and Yaakov was limping, but he was shining on the inside. He had faced his greatest darkness and emerged from it with a new name and a new strength. This story of angels and nighttime struggles may seem distant, but it happens within us all the time. Let me tell you what happened to Leo, a 10-year-old boy. Leo loved practicing judo, but he was about to give up. He was trying to learn a very difficult move in order to earn his green belt. Every time he tried, he would fall. To make matters worse, there was an important tournament coming up, and the fear of losing in front of everyone was like Esau for Neo, an army of 400 fears coming his way. On the night before the belt test, Leo was on the mat at the gym. The class was already over, the lights were half off, and he was alone, tired and frustrated. He tried the move one more time and poof! He fell awkwardly and slightly twisted his toe. Leo sat on the floor holding his foot. A little voice in his head said, "Give up, Leo. Go home. Say you hurt your foot and don't take the test tomorrow." It's easier to run away. He started to untie his belt to leave, but then he looked at his own reflection in the mirror of the dark gym. He remembered what his coach had said about having a fighter's spirit. Leo realized that this moment, there alone, in the dark, was his fight with the angel. The angel wasn't a monster, it was his own desire to give up. Leo stood up even though his finger hurt a little, limping like Yaakov, tightened his belt around his waist and said to the mirror, "I'm not leaving here until I get this move right. I'm not going to let this fear win. I want to leave here with this blessing." He trained. Sweat was dripping. His foot hurt, but he didn't stop. He held on to the problem tightly until he mastered it. Finally, he executed the move perfectly. A perfect snap on the mat. The next day at the test, Leo's finger was still sore. When he stepped onto the mat, he was no longer the Leo who was afraid of falling. He fought, performed the move, and earned his new belt. What did we learn? The story of Yaakov and Leo's persistence teach us two valuable life lessons. Don't run from the fight. Life isn't about avoiding problems or running from our fears in the dark. It's about facing them. We might get tired or even limp a little from the effort. Demand the blessing. When we go through something really hard, a tough test, a fight with a friend, or learning something new, we shouldn't let go of the problem until we've learned something from it. We should say to the problem, "I'm not leaving here until I become stronger." Just like Jacob became Israel, when we face our fears and don't give up, we transform our identity. We stop being people who are afraid and become people who overcome.